The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
C.D. Lamb, touchdown. End zone, Jake Ferguson.
Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, and Kyle Youmans.
It's a wonderful Wednesday edition of Talkin Cowboys presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, live from the Star in Frisco, Texas, in the SWBC studios. Welcome in, everybody. We've got the whole cast and crew ready for you to rock today with Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, Isaiah Stanback, Chris Beam in the back. I'm Kyle Youmans. So glad you're with us. We have some show news for you.
We do.
Right off at the jump at the episode.
We don't need your vote.
I was actually going to open it up for a vote yesterday, but we just ran out of time, so we took a vote on the show.
Kyle will be leaving the show. We're really sorry to hear that.
Bro, Kyle's acting like our government right now.
Oh, the LeBron decision.
He's leaving.
Second decision.
He's headed to Mick Shots.
Wow.
Mickey would hate that.
I think anybody, Mickey's like,
Yeah.
why?
A hell of a get, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Thanks, man.
They'd be so lucky.
Like
It's been so good.
It's like getting MJ in his prime.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
yeah.
sure. There it is. That's what the sound would be. No, I'm not leaving the show. What we are doing, though, is we are flipping our previews.
Flip it.
So normally we
Smack it up.
preview the
Rub it
Dallas defense, versus their upcoming opponent on offense on Wednesdays. We're not doing that anymore. We're going to flip it. We're going to flip it because
dare you.
we want Patrick's lab coat to get a little bit more shine on Thursdays, and it also coincides with his science lab that's released every week on Thursday on DallasCowboys.com.
Yeah.
So we're just going to push the defensive preview to Thursday, and now the offensive preview.
But it also
is
works
today.
as we got QB Vision Wednesday.
Yes.
Lab Coat Thursday.
Get your
Get your
popcorn ready on Friday.
On Friday.
There you go.
Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang.
So
needs to be
that
on
means
Friday.
today we have some QB Vision coming up.
Yeah.
Segment. Are you ready for this?
Are
you ready?
Okay, Triple H.
But yeah, that's all the show news is. So from now on, we will preview the Dallas offense on Wednesday.
I can't believe you
and
just
we will
bypassed
preview
their vote, Kyle.
the Dallas defense on Thursday. Sorry,
It's a
everybody.
dictatorship.
Yeah. Getting used to that.
I was hoping you didn't take that, but you did.
Wow.
The hell with what the courts say.
But you did.
The people are the courts.
But you did.
It's for the people.
Stop it. I do. Bane.
We do it for you.
All right. We're going into news and notes. Patrick, not a ton of news and notes.
No, we do
overall.
have one, though. We do have one. Little bit of a reunion. Cowboys reunited. Can't talk to
And
them.
it
They reunited
is-
with Julius Wood.
Oh, okay.
So former undrafted safety from last year, 2024.
He's a hitter.
He is a hitter, and he made some waves in training camp last year. He was a roster casualty in final cutdowns. They waived him. He went over to the Titans, who claimed him successfully from waivers. But he's back. He's back on the Cowboys practice squad. Cowboys obviously need some safety depth and insurance with Malik Hooker on IR. So welcome back into the fold, Julius Wood, hard-hitting safety out of East Carolina. Former collegiate teammate of one Savone Revel.
Just for a little bit.
You just
I think it was like 1 year that they overlapped.
1 year works.
He's had some good showings here in training camp and preseason, so over the last year or so.
Preseason for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He played well for Dallas.
Yeah. So that's the one big news and note. Cowboys were off yesterday.
Yeah. Back at practice today. So we're
practice.
waiting to see the injury update on several guys.
Yeah.
Tyler Booker, Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, obviously, C.D. Lamb, Cavante Turpin, so forth and so on. So
We don't have Tyler Biotis. He would really been confusing.
Yeah,
For more than one reason. Oh.
So many Tylers.
That'd have been a
love you guys.
4-timer sweep right there.
Yeah.
Love you guys. So yeah, we'll see today. First injury report comes out. This is going to be the first real look at who has a good chance of playing and taking the field against the Carolina Panthers, and who's trending in the wrong direction as far as not taking the flight to Charlotte. So yeah, keep an eye on that. That'll drop around 3-ish this afternoon Central Time. Keep an eye on the Twitters.
Do you feel like the signing of Julius Wood maybe coincides with the Donovan Wilson thought process? Is that something we can read the tea leaves?
I would say yeah.
Yeah. Because you're already missing Booker. He's on IR.
Yep.
He's got 3 games left to be on IR minimum.
Yeah, and we still don't know. We'd have no further insight on the Donovan Wilson situation, which is what we will hopefully get today. If Dono is a DNP this afternoon or today's practice, your answer is yes. But even before then, I'm going to say there's a lean toward that. I mean, you got banged up safety. So as far as who you would throw out there initially, obviously it's going to be Marquise Bell, but you need depth behind Wanye and Marquise Bell. You have Elijah Clark, who was signed to the active roster last weekend, so that's good stuff. But you need more than that if you're going to be down 2 starting safeties. So Julius Wood, hard-hitting guy. And we talk about Dono. What does Dono do well? Downhill, hard hitter. Julius Wood, hard hill, down hitter. Yeah.
Hard hill, down hitter?
Hard.
How did you do
Hard hitter, downhill.
How did that
Downhill,
happen?
hard hitter.
I don't know. But you know what's really crazy?
That was really
I heard
impressive.
myself say it, and it
sounded good. It sounded good.
That's worked.
You're like, that's right. I did it.
It's like, I said that on purpose.
I said it on purpose now.
Time will tell, though. We really need that injury report. Stat. Go tell
It
them.
was because you were typing up.
that.
It's because last night you were typing up Flyke Morio. That's why.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun to watch.
Cooked
last
up a
night.
little bit last night.
Yeah, I think Patrick might be under investigation very soon.
Yeah. That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
I think you killed a guy with a trident. You should probably lay low for a few days.
Maybe just chill out.
Just chill out. But no,
Yeah.
clowns are going to clown.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, so Julius Wood, the person that Taylor Swift wrote a song about recently, that is who's on the roster.
Yeah, Julius Wood. Exactly.
Wood. All right. It is an offensive preview day.
Shameless Tay plug.
Proud of you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
That was smooth.
Lorena will
off on him,
appreciate
guys.
that
Right
one.
here.
We're rubbing off on him.
That was smooth.
Yeah, it's not super smooth if you actually listen to the lyrics of that song. Just type it up and look at it. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's
Just to Lorena for teaching Kyle about
That's exactly what it was. Thank you. All right. Switching offensive preview to Wednesday. I want to talk about this offense because right now, statistically in the NFL, Isaiah Stanback, the Dallas Cowboys have the #1 total offense.
You don't want to say the other part of that, do you?
They have the #1 most allowed yards on defense. But they have the #1 total offense. We'll talk about that defense tomorrow. We'll talk about what's happening against the Panthers this week. But when you look at the success that has happened on offense and the number of guys that have stepped up on that side of the football, where do you feel like it starts?
Starts with the offensive line.
Really?
Yep. Offensive line allows for your quarterback to pass. Offensive line allows for your ground game to get going. It's offensive line. I mean, we could talk about all the skill position players, all the guys who make contributions there, but ultimately the big fellas who never get subbed out are the ones that are taking care of business and allowing for your entire offense to be collaborative, allowing for your offensive coordinator to feel comfortable and confident to call plays. They control the line of scrimmage. So whether they're pass blocking or whether they're moving mountains up front, they're doing a heck of a job. Dak has the confidence to sit back in the pocket. He's obviously had to work in the pocket to create some passing lanes at times, but that's every quarterback. So I think he's done a heck of a job. The offensive line has allowed for him to do that. Obviously, Javonte Williams is having one heck of a year. It's not like he's getting hit in the backfield and having to create. He's getting to the line of scrimmage, through the line of scrimmage, to the second level. Then he's getting hit. Well, then he's running through it.
And there's a lot of times yards after contact because that's a big stat in the NFL. Yeah. Even with yards after contact, you have to be favorable position in order to initiate contact
I'm saying that
and then continue through.
That initial contact is not happening behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So if it's not happening behind the line of scrimmage and it's happening at the second level of the defense, now you're 3 to 4 yards across the line of scrimmage. By the time you get hit, that's where the contact's happening. That's where it's expected to happen based upon your blocking scheme. And that's all happening because of the O-line. So shout out to them.
Good thing that they're all healthy, too.
Yeah.
Being facetious.
Yeah.
They're not. But I think a large part in due to that, and it's a team sport. You're talking about all these phases of the offense clicking together as one. You don't have the number one offense in the NFL without Dak Prescott right now.
Facts.
We were talking about him yesterday. He's on a different level than he's ever been in his entire career. It's unfortunate that you have the defense not playing up to that same standard. They're, like Kyle just said, they're number one in yards allowed. If you don't have Dak Prescott, this is not the number one offense in the NFL. And I don't think people realize that enough or give him enough credit because you just see it across the board. I mean, for people that don't know ball, people that don't follow the Cowboys, people are just making memes of Dak Prescott. I mean, they're talking about Arch Manning, with the Dak Prescott's face in a, UT uniform. It's
same people who were saying tank for Arch.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. So really, credit where credit is due. Dak Prescott is playing the best football of his career, and the offense is clicking on all cylinders because of what Dak Prescott is doing in conjunction with what Schotty's helping him do. And it goes back to the original question that you asked. Someone posted it yesterday, and I forgot to send it to you. I'm sure you saw it. Someone posted your question to Schotty from the first press conference.
Yes, that was Boss Cowboy Sports. Boss Sports. Yeah.
Shouts to him, and it's indicative of what we're seeing now with how the offense is running and what how he answered your question about how you can modernize the Cowboys offense for Dak Prescott and for the guys that we have here, CeeDee Lamb included. It is coming to fruition finally. You're seeing it now. I mean, it started from, week one. They drove down the field 3 times in a row and scored. Yeah. That to me is all you need to know, and that's Dak Prescott.
Schotty didn't lie to me, is what you're saying.
Can you take us through that just because it was so long ago? Can you remind us what the question was?
It feels like years ago.
It does. It feels like forever ago. And then what his response was that led to where we are today.
I'll do you one better.
Oh.
Let's see if this mic picks up.
Oh, we're going to play it?
As far as freshening things up, looking for
Hold on.
Oh, you gotta mute us on the YouTube side.
Key in on the offense. Generally speaking, how do you look to move forward as far as modernizing the offense? You talk about solving for the quarterback. What does that look like under
Handsome guy.
Yeah, again, I go back to my days with Pete. I think if you go back and you look at some of the things we did in Seattle, obviously the starting point for me would be things that our players do well. You're always going to start with that. If your system's not flexible enough to do what your players do well, then you're probably in the wrong business. But I'm a big believer in cut splits. I'm a big believer in shifts and motions to distort things. We're going to do a great job of marrying our runs and our passes and make those look the same. I'm proud to say that 2 different times in my career as a coordinator, we led the league in rushing. And they go hand in hand. The running game and the action passing game go hand in hand. But I would say there's a tempo element that we're excited to mix in, that our players have all shown an affinity for. And let me expand on that a little bit.
We'll just stop it right there and just say that every single thing he said in that particular portion, he has brought to fruition.
And if you're looking at how the offense has looked for the past 3 seasons or 4 seasons under Mike McCarthy and listening to what he's saying here, I mean, he's proving his point.
He is.
And we talked about it yesterday. We're talking about competing every day being the mantra of the season, and you're seeing guys step up that are depth players, step into those starting roles due to injury or due to whatever it is, and succeed because they're competing every single day. I mean, it's granted, what's the record now? We're 500, right?
Yeah, 2-1.
Technically, yeah.
And technically, in all technicality.
Tie.
Well, I don't know. That tie. But
it's still a tie.
With all those expectations in mind,
you have more wins than you have losses, Isaiah.
Tie throws that whole analogy out the window. It definitely does. It throws it out the window.
We hate ties.
The tie can eliminate you from playoffs, can it?
Yes.
Okay. Just like losses can.
It also gets you
can also eke you in.
Yeah, but you got 2 potential negatives.
That's why we hate
against
ties.
you.
We hate ties. But I mean, going back to a couple of points that you guys make, because those points marry so well. The play of the offensive line, both the starters and the backups, when the backups were tasked with coming in due to injury, with the play of Dak Prescott, I don't think enough people understand how important it is for one hand to wash the other. What I mean by that is the offensive line has to protect its quarterback. That much everybody knows. That's just easy math for even the casual football mind.
Yeah.
Okay. But for the high IQ football mind, you also understand that the quarterback has to protect his offensive line. And by doing that, or in doing that with pocket presence and, bailing when you need to bail, taking checkdowns when you need to take checkdowns or just speeding up your clock because you recognize that this pressure is about to get here sooner than you would normally have intended. Yeah. Dak Prescott is doing all of those things. All of those things. Go back and look at some of these games where, as we're rightfully giving credit to these backups as they're playing, there were a few times where the pressure got here or it got there, and that he steps up and he moves and he moves and he buys himself time. And he either buys enough time to get the check down or get the ball out deep left or right, or he bails and he gets you that first down and moves the chain with his legs. So as much as the offensive line deserves credit, both the starters and the backups, for doing what Connor Riley and Clayton Adams and Brian Schottenheimer has coached them up to do, which I can't stress enough, this coaching staff on the offensive side of the ball, Derek Foster, they are, oh my God, genius level hires at this point in Schottenheimer's career. It goes back to what both Isaiah and Josh are saying. This trench warfare that the Cowboys are winning on the offensive side of the ball allows for the skill players to take off. It allows for you to have those chunk plays in a number one offense. So credit to everybody, because it's going to sound cliche, but it takes a team.
I want to throw something out there, or really kind of just give people some insight.
Throw it out.
Oftentimes, people think of backups as lesser than.
Of course.
There's not a lot of spots in this NFL professional league that we're in. With that being said, backups are usually backups for a number of reasons. Usually, it's related to talent level at that point in time. At this point in time, you're better than that guy. Okay. Other times, it's we have more invested in that individual than we have invested in you. The other thing that people need to take into consideration is everybody that is on the NFL roster is capable. Okay, so though I might be down on the depth, I am very much so capable.
You're in the league for.
Now, what is the disparity between myself and that starter? And why is there a disparity? Are they better because God just blessed them with more abilities? Are they better because they've had more reps against people of their caliber at that point in time, and I just haven't? So when you start talking about backups and everybody's so amazed that the backups are doing so well, how about the fact that they might just not have had the opportunities to go against that level of competition to prove that they can play at the same level as starters? And I really want people to take that perspective, because I hate referring to guys as, okay, just backups. Like, no, these are NFL players that are being granted with an opportunity. And how many times have we seen superstars, now Hall of Famers, because they were buried on the depth chart and somebody may have gotten injured and they were presented an opportunity and voila, magic, right? Now, were they lacking ability or were they lacking opportunity? So as we talk about this, we have to be very careful about how we title, right? And how we kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Label. How do we label these players that are stepping into the fold? Because some of these guys just needed an opportunity. We can't label them as backups. We have to label them as guys that are down on the depth chart that may just have got their big freaking opportunity, and all of a sudden they might see themselves as a starter either here, if not here, as their contract expires, they can be started somewhere else.
So you're saying you can't just broad stroke the label like that?
No.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, Don needs to understand that, because apparently Don thinks all Hispanics come from one country. Continue.
The big thing here,
Don, huh?
You're talking about the way that players are utilized and how they are utilized in their specific roles. That's exactly what Shotty was talking about in that opening press conference. I want to keep this conversation going in the third segment. I want to circle back to it, because I've got an opportunity here to look at some of the motion tendencies, and he talked about that a lot too.
He did.
I want to talk about that in the third segment. But before then, it's time for a little QB vision. We're going to have that right on the other side of the break. More Talking Cowboys right after this.
That was creepy.
Every day begins with a promise to work hard and to build a future. That's why we're here, providing the tools, expertise, and John Deere equipment you have relied on for generations to help you get the job done right. We're with you. That's our promise to you, because no matter the project or the challenge you're facing,
We're with you. We're united.
If you're looking for fresh American roasted coffee that gives back, you need to head to your local grocery store and pick up a bag of Black Rifle coffee. That's right, America's coffee is now available in the coffee aisle of a grocery store near you. Black Rifle Coffee Company is veteran-founded with a mission to give back to those brave men and women who have served our nation. Every bag, box, or can you purchase helps support that mission. Head to your local grocery store and roast yourself some Black Rifle coffee today.
How's it going? You see that Cowboys game?
Oh, I watched. Been seeing some good things.
Totally. They have some talent.
Yup, some great talent.
And they got some fight.
Hoping this is the year.
Me too. Oh, I'm Cody, by the way.
I'm Travis.
Nice to meet you, Travis. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys!
Make a new friend based solely on their shirt choice. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you...
Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impact 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, this segment of the show is brought to you by Invisalign, the official smile of the Dallas Cowboys. That was the sound of Isaiah Stanback's pearly whites.
That's right.
Bling bling. Freshly aligned with Invisalign.
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh, not that smile.
That's a dodgeball smile. What was the girl's name from dodgeball?
Oh, man, what a classic.
She had a cannon.
You know what else is classic?
What's that, Kyle?
A little bit of some...
Wide 80. Wide 80. It's time for QB Vision with Isaiah Stanback.
All right, guys. Here we go. Week 6.
Let's talk about it, man.
It creeps me out every time.
We love it.
Listen, I respect everybody in this NFL. Oftentimes, those in the chat and on the web, they tend to get after me because Isaiah shows every team too much respect. Everybody's a threat. Yeah, they are. They're professionals, so they definitely are. So you might want to respect them, even though you might be better than some teams. You have to still prove it week in and week out.
I can tell you the other guys across the hallway that are preparing for next week aren't saying anything less.
No, it's
if anything, it's probably more.
Yeah, it's football. It's a physical game. Things happen. So
Chicago.
Yeah. So let's talk about these Panthers, okay? The Panthers, where are they? 2-3. Doesn't really matter. These guys can play competitive if you allow them to.
Yeah.
Their scheme that they run defensively is a 3-4. Typically is what they run, right? They run 3 down linemen, big nose tackle, 2 defensive ends. They have 2 overhangs with linebackers and 2 linebackers at the second level. So oftentimes it'll look like a 5-man front. How does that potentially help you, and how can that be a disadvantage for you? Well, help-wise, you can run the ball versus a 3-5 or versus a 3-4 if you can hold the point of the tip of the spear, which is their nose guard, right? That's where things start for them. Their nose guard is number 94, Ashawn Robinson. Played for the Giants previously. I'm not amazed by him. He's a big fella. I almost made a comparison that would not have been good for us, but he's a big fella that I'm not threatened by. He's literally like an anchor. Like you're in the middle of the ocean, you throw the anchor in there. He just wants to hold that spot, right, and not get moved off the point. I believe that their most dominant defensive lineman is Derek Brown.
Tell him.
95.
The monster.
He's a game wrecker, right? I believe that they have 3 game wreckers at the first and second level. Number 95 in Derek Brown. Number 11 in Nick Scorton. He plays outside linebacker, a.k.a. stand-up defensive end. And then also number 91, Patrick Jones, who is also an outside linebacker, a.k.a. stand-up defensive end, right? So when you think about the 3-4 outside linebackers, think about old school New England, Adalius Thomas, just the big dudes that just stand up and they're big guys. They're not full-on pass rushers, but they're not great cover guys either. They're kind of tweeners. You don't want their hand in the ground. So that's pretty much what they are. But you can run the ball versus a 3-4. I think you can get their big fella, 94, Ashawn Robinson. You can get him moved off the point. That's going to be a lot of responsibility on Mr. Brock Hoffman. Yeah. Typically, you have the nose guard covering up your center. You'll have usually there are 3 techniques. Sometimes they'll get out to 5 techniques, which means that they're on the outside shade of your guards. If you can kick those quote unquote defensive ends out, which are really your 2 of your D linemen, it's weird to start talking about names of titles of their position. Their D ends are D tackles, really, with just end titles. If you can kick them out with your guards and you can hold the point, all of a sudden now your guards can get up to the second level on their linebackers. And if you could do that, then I foresee Javonte Williams having one heck of a day. He's already had one heck of a year. I think that he'll have one heck of a day if they choose to remain in this 3-4 defense. But you better find 95.
Absolutely,
he will mess up your day. That's on the front. Okay, 11 and 91. These are athletic outside linebackers / DNs that they play in coverage a lot of times because in their 3-4 they often play cover 4, cover 2. They'll drop them out in cover 3 sometimes. So a lot of times these guys are kind of fish out of water in space. Imagine Micah Parsons trying to play coverage. It's not what you want, right? You much rather him get after the quarterback. You played him at linebacker. There's a reason why he changed back to a DN. Yeah. He just didn't do well at that level. That's how I see these guys.
For Floyd in the chat, can you explain what a cover 2 versus a cover 3 looks like? Just because he doesn't.
Got you. Yeah. So cover 2 high safeties, 2 corners.
In football, there's a cylindrical ball.
I'm just kidding. You can keep going.
All right. So these guys they get out in that space and coverage when that's their responsibility, and they don't do well. What 11 and 91 do well is they are high effort guys, and they're very athletic. These are guys that not necessarily the most skilled with their hands or even necessarily a bunch of moves in their bag, but they don't stop. They just stay after the quarterback. Think Max Crosby, right? Max Crosby is skilled in all those things, but he just continues to get after you. Or another gentleman, Van Ginkel. That's a person that I think about that's just a high effort guy, just a bull, right, in a freaking coffee shop.
You've always liked his game.
I love his game.
You've liked it from when he was in Minnesota. That was the first time you really were honing in on it. And
he's still a beast.
And he's still sideline to sideline.
He's still a beast. I love players who just are relentless, right?
Yeah.
You can't scheme against
high motor guys.
You can't scheme against that, right? Because your initial plan, stops them, but then what? Then their will to win takes over. That's what 11 and 91 are. Outside of that, they have obviously a great corner that I think is being just wasted away in J.C. Horn, and that's number 8 on the outside. There's not a lot to talk about in terms of their corners because they're not playing a lot of man. They're playing so much zone. They're playing quarters. They're playing 2. They're playing 3 occasionally. Every so often, they'll sprinkle in a little bit of man. They don't blitz a lot. Everything that they do coverage-wise is so easily identifiable. Like, Dak should have a day as long as they get it blocked up front, which I don't foresee that being a problem. But Dak should have a day. He's going to have he should have a great pocket because a lot of their rushes come from their outside linebackers pressing from the outside, which they're usually in 9 techniques or 11 techniques, however you want to look at it. So they're pushing up the field. The pocket is usually nice. Yeah. He can step up. He can deliver the ball. There's no physicality at the line of scrimmage by their corners. Their linebackers that are out in coverage are not jamming your inside receivers. So there's no contact there to stop Ferguson from getting to the middle. If you guys have any questions in regards to that, go look at Darren Waller and what he did last week. He was running routes like it was routes on air. So there's nothing defensively that there's like, oh my gosh, you better be aware of this. And I don't like that going into a game, but I'm just telling you what I see on the film. Handful of guys, 95, get him figured out up front. He could push your offensive lineman back into the lap of Dak Prescott. And then 11 and 91, those are your high effort guys. Mm-hmm. And then if you decide to throw the ball J.C. Horn's way, he's not being forced to do a lot of quote unquote coverage, but he don't play with him. Right. Put some respect on his name.
I'll tell you what gives me confidence. And again, please don't take it as me saying that the Cowboys are definitely going to win this game. They should, but we'll get to that when we do predictions on Friday. Having seen what Brock Hoffman and TJ Bass could do against Quinnen Williams gives me a lot of confidence that they can handle that interior against whomever.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you can stop Quinnen Williams, everybody else more or less is kind of downhill from there as far as talent goes, with the exception of like a Kayvon Thibodeau or a Dexter Lawrence, I should say. So yeah, there's that. So I feel like I feel like they'll get them blocked up real well.
Yeah.
I agree with Isaiah on that. And then from there, you're asking a lot of a very capable J.C. Horn, but in that secondary, it's him
and who.
Yeah.
So
Mike Jackson is bad.
Yeah,
he needs to look at the man in the mirror.
Michael Jackson.
He's no thriller. He's no thriller, I'll tell you that.
He's real bad. Like, actually bad.
Yeah, Billie Jean is not his lover. Listen, but seriously, I mean, I expect that they'll probably travel J.C. Horn with George Pickens, because if they don't, it makes it that much worse.
They won't.
My thing is
that much worse.
Derek Brown, for all intents and purposes, that's their monster. Like I was saying before, I mean, he's
95.
He's like Kenny Clark with an extra gear for pass rush.
He's a top 10 pick out of Auburn whenever he was drafted. And still a young guy.
Speculated that we may have traded for him with the whole Micah situation. That may have been a possibility. Yeah. But I'm saying Derek Brown is their dude. If you're able to stop him at the front of attack at the line, and you're not able to have the pocket collapse in front of Dak Prescott, that's what I'm concerned about. Yeah. I'm concerned about that interior rush, and I'm concerned about those running lanes not being open at the A and B gaps. Number 11, Nick Scourton, I like him. He's very athletic. He's very physical, but he's like like you said, a bull in a china shop where he sees red, but he can be, he's a little too fast.
He's aggressive.
He's very aggressive, and he'll bite. So if you're able to sort of get around him, I mean, he's going to play straight ahead, beeline, and there's no finesse to it, really. He's just running and gunning. A'Shawn Robinson is cleaning up because of what Derek Brown is able to do.
And Patrick Jones, 91. He's 6'4", 264, and he moves like a linebacker, like a true linebacker.
Yeah,
he's freaking athletic now. I mean, you get him going one direction, he's high effort, and you put a move on him, he puts his foot in the ground, and he's going with you. Yeah.
And I only saw him really in the Dolphins game, Christian Roseboom. I thought he was like a really solid tackler, so you're not going to get past him a lot.
Yeah, he's nice.
And then the same for Trayvon Moehrig. Is it number 7?
Yeah, Moehrig.
Moehrig.
Yeah. Former TCU.
Excellent run defender.
Yes.
Excellent. He gets up in the box.
He's their Donovan Wilson.
Yeah.
Yes.
He plays downhill. He's shoots the gap. He's quick.
And they like to run a dime, which is really weird. They like to run, but like they'll play 3 safeties often. 3 safeties with 2 high safeties. Yeah. So like you talk about Moehrig, he wants to be. They want him in a box. So he's a strong safety. They still have the strong safety behind him, but they want him in the box.
If we're talking about, and Kyle prefaced this in our rundown, where it's like, if you're an opposing offense, how do you defend the Cowboys offense? For me, right now, it's if you're able to collapse the middle of the pocket and take away all of the middle of the field that Dak loves. He loves using Jake Ferguson in that scenario. If you're using guys like Moehrig and Christian Roseboom to clear the middle up for them, not give it available up to Dak Prescott at all, and collapse the pocket in front of Dak, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah. It's funny because when you look at the performances so far by Carolina, 4 of the 5 games have been pretty much the same. Where it's mid-20s, they've given up 24, 26, 27 points. And then they had just this one breakout game against Atlanta where they shut out the Falcons. I mean, it was 30-0 and just shut them down. I was looking at the box score.
Bijan Robinson's pretty good, huh?
Bijan's great. They've got weapons.
They held him to 74 yards on the ground.
Yeah, 74 yards. Then you look at Michael Penix Jr., 18 for 36 passing, and he had 2 picks thrown in that game. There was like a weird special teams, like muffed punt situation in that game. But for the most part, Atlanta just couldn't get anything going in that game. When it all comes together, how does it come together for Carolina?
The team trying to go lateral. You can't outrun their outside linebackers.
Okay.
Like I said.
Well, and that's what Bijan Robinson does best.
I know. He gets outside, tackle box. Don't try it. So now with 11 and 91, don't do it.
So it's literally about being the most physical up front.
Absolutely. Go downhill. Go downhill. Get 95 moved off the point. go downhill, get on their linebackers. Like that's where you can out physical them going straight ahead. Very much so like last week. Don't go sideways.
I was going to say,
you go sideways.
That's bad.
You're gonna have 6'5", 265 running you down.
You know the beauty of Javonte Williams.
Oh, he's juggernaut.
He can run down.
Yeah, juggernaut.
He can get in those A and B gaps. Hell, he accidentally ran over Nate Thomas.
Yeah.
Friendly fire.
On that big,
when your left tackle is in the way, move him out of the way too to get that 66 yards. So yeah, Javonte Williams, he has the ability to play sideline to sideline, but he's a downhill, hand me the ball and let me get into these trenches type work. So going against, like you said, you can't outrun those guys sideline to sideline. Javonte Williams isn't going to try. He's going to come right at you.
And if they're playing zone defense,
yes, please.
It's a lot of zone.
Ferguson
should have a day.
I was literally about to do that.
Like if there is ever a day for Fergie to have 100 yards, this is it.
This would be the day.
This is it because there's gaps in their defense based upon their scheme, and they don't jam the number 2 or number 3 offensive player coming out. So for Ferguson, if he's attached, coming off the line of scrimmage, there's nobody there to jam him. The outside linebacker is outside of him because they want to contain everything, and the inside linebacker is on the inside in the box. So he literally has a free release to the second level. So there's nobody to stop him. There's nobody there that's putting their hands on him. He's free. And again, if you have questions about that, go watch Waller. Waller is running around butt naked, and they're just like, "Oh, I'm free. All right, thank you." All day long.
You know what that means, right? Tostitos Championship Plaza.
Hey, get burnt.
Feels like it's another opportunity for one Ryan Flanoy to have a big game.
If he has 100 yards this week, we may not be able to let you in the building. We may have to deactivate your ID.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
He ain't lying.
He ain't lying.
All right, when we come back, I want to continue that conversation from the first segment. The play calling, the motion, utilizing your players in the right place at the right time. How much credit does Brian Schottenheimer deserve for how this thing is rolling on offense? When we come back with more Talking Cowboys.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow. Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
If you're looking for fresh American roasted coffee that gives back, you need to head to your local grocery store and pick up a bag of Black Rifle coffee. That's right, America's coffee is now available in the coffee aisle of a grocery store near you. Black Rifle Coffee Company is veteran-founded with a mission to give back to those brave men and women who have served our nation. Every bag, box, or can you purchase helps support that mission. Head to your local grocery store and roast yourself some Black Rifle coffee today.
Welcome back into Dear Doctor, the show where I answer life's questions with an ice-cold can of Dr. Pepper. Sheila, let's hear from our next caller, would you?
Dear Doctor, my friend supported me during a tough time, but what's the right gift that says, thanks for being a shoulder to cry on?
Okay, this one's easy. I say give her a delicious Dr. Pepper. Nothing says, thanks, girl, better than a one-of-a-kind soda. Yes, any Dr. Pepper flavor will do. Now, just a reminder that I don't need to be a real doctor to know that Dr. Pepper is the one you deserve.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code Cowboys VIP.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys with Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, Isaiah Stanback, Chris Beam in the back. I'm Kyle Youmans. So glad you're with us. Now,
say hi.
There is.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Now, whenever we talk about Brian Schottenheimer, you talk about what is going on with this offense, the number 1 total offense in the NFL, how much credit does he deserve when it comes to this offense because of the motion that he talked about with Patrik and the utilization of players in specific roles? There's a lot of good things he's doing, and it continues going into week 5, week 6. We're past September football. You kind of know what you are. What do you think it is from the Schottenheimer
Schotty deserves so much credit, obviously, and he's standing by what he said. And he was talking about how he had to bite his lip under Mike McCarthy, and there were situations where he sort of wanted to do something different than Mike McCarthy wanted to do as the play caller. So now he's getting to do those. He has that opportunity, and the fact that he was here with Dak, with most of the offense, being able to diagnose, like, all right, in this situation, that's not what I do, buddy. And you're seeing that more often. And Javonte Williams is a big part of that. But I think, and we talked about it a lot after the what was this last game? The Jets game, where it's the staff around him. The staff that he chose around him. It's not just a bunch of guys. It's like, oh, my buddies are going to come out.
Not his besties.
No, like Connor Riley, Clayton Adams. I mean, it is really Junior Adams. It is impressive. It is impressive. And we talked about it after we started signing all these coaches. All of the shows that we had were like, guys, this staff is pretty good.
Yeah. Who said that?
All of us
whole show.
Here on this show.
Talking Cowboys.
Yes, Talking Cowboys.
Where we do research on home.
The best Dallas Cowboys.
So you know what that means.
What's that?
We should all just go ahead and say it again.
Yeah.
I told you so.
Now you don't have your sign up today.
I don't have my sign up today
thief.
because somebody stole my sign.
Somebody stole the sign.
Let us see that on another show. Let us see that on another show.
The sign will make a return. I just need to.
But literally, we've been telling you guys since we started this whole coaching hiring process.
And the coaching has been good. This team is still 2-2-1. It's not implying that the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl because their coaching is
facts.
But you can all build on top of things like this, and that's what we've seen so far.
Yeah, and to answer your question, I believe that Brian Schottenheimer deserves a ton of credit for what this offense has become. And that being said, he doesn't deserve 100% of the credit.
Oh, Beamer has it.
That's
Beamer.
Beamer
grabbed the sign. This take does not imply the Cowboys will win the Super Bowl. I need my sign back. It has been retrieved. Love you, Beamer. Love that.
He protected it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I love that.
He wanted to make sure nobody came in here and did take it for their show.
This is the best show.
We need to frame that.
No, absolutely.
We definitely should.
In front of the screen.
George Teague is the protector of the star. Beam is the protector of the sign.
Yeah.
A sign stealer, if you will.
All right.
Belichick.
Let's fight it out, huh?
My. But yeah, so Shotty deserves a ton of the credit, but not 100% of the credit, and he readily he threw me off. Shotty would readily tell you and anyone who would listen that most certainly when you look at Clayton Adams has a pretty sizable fingerprint on this offensive scheme every single week and coordinating and the scripted plays, the first 15 against teams. And so again, as much as we are praising Shotty, and that's rightful and that's justifiable, and we've said it before, this is not the first time you've heard Talking Cowboys mention Clayton Adams and Connor Riley, but Clayton Adams just he does two things so exceptionally well, with assisting with the offensive line teachings of Connor Riley because he's a former offensive line coach himself, but then also the ability to coordinate an entire offense by himself. You get the best of both worlds with him. So going back to what you coordinate, you got the mushrooms or the mushrooms.
Like what you did there.
You got to go back to what Josh said, really, when it comes to on the offensive side of the ball, there was not a buddy system.
Yeah.
There was no Mike Nolan-esque hire
it's my
on
boy.
the offensive side of the ball. There was none of that. There was flat out who's available that's at the top of their position anywhere in the NFL or in the collegiate ranks.
And from Schottenheimer's perspective, who are the guys out there that deserve that shot that have not gotten that shot yet?
Hence a guy like Connor Riley.
Yeah. And just to derail us completely, Liam Cohen sounds like the little Martians from Toy Story when he says that. Duval, a stranger from the outside.
I'll never unhear that. Thanks.
That's pretty good.
Great.
Going back to the motion conversation, we've seen significant increases in motion from the Brian Schottenheimer scheme and play calling side of things. You talk about last year, 58.8% from Dallas motion pre-snap, or any type of motion for that matter. When it comes to the league trends, it continues to go up year after year. Every year there's been more and more. This year the league trend and the league average is 63% of motion. Dallas is running 68% motion. Which is a 10% increase from last year.
That seems good.
10% increase. It's above the league average, and they are top 10 in the league when it comes to running motion. pre-snap. We've been calling for it as a fan base. I feel like it's not even just Talking Cowboys.
It's not. It's
but it's the whole fan base.
It's
Saying, if the whole league is seeing more motion, why is there no more motion? Or not any more motion? 58% was even up, I believe, from 2023. I'll look up that number too. But the fact that there has been more creativity, there has been more motion, more eyewash, and he talked about how it is more for a defense to pick up, that shows that it's had some success already this year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's important. It's important.
Ocean in the ocean.
All of our fam that understood exactly what we're putting down.
Yeah.
All those, all your back in training camp. You understand that it helps the offense. It helps Dak. It helps the offensive line. It helps the receivers and the tight end. It helps absolutely everybody. It is a coverage indicator. You're looking for as much of an advantage every single snap as you can get. So when I run motion, my receivers are able to decipher exactly what are the safeties doing as I come across. There's a reason why when you see guys motion, they're not just looking where they're going. They're looking across the line of scrimmage to see, okay, is a safety moving? Is somebody following me? Okay, I thought it was A, B, or C. Now it's going to be A or B, right? It's a process of elimination. The quarterback is able to start deciphering what's going on, right? The checks up front as the center is sitting there with his hand on the ball, he's looking around. Now, obviously, the line moves, and now the linebackers move. Now, whatever you had on your piece of paper before that this is how you block this particular front, now that's changed to another piece of paper because now these guys just moved a half inch over, and that changes absolutely everything for my blocking scheme. It helps. It's indicator. Why are you hard counting up front? Because it's just letting them know what is letting your offensive linemen know, hey, let's take a look at these guys. If these guys jump, oh, you see that indicator right there? Yeah, it's blitz. Okay, let's go ahead and what we get called blocking wise is affirmed, or we need to change it, right? And if I'm sitting up there and I'm Brock Hoffman, all right, but maybe we had a slide to the left, boom, boom, check. You know what I'm saying? Right. Boom, that's it. That's all we need. Now everybody just changed their blocking assignments. Yeah. So much of that happens that you don't see from TV. And as Kyle's laying it out, 68% is very important because the defense not only has to figure out what the heck you're doing, but while they're trying to figure it out, they're telling you what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, and the amount of teams above you in the motion department, you could probably say these are pretty solid offenses. Would you like me to run through these?
By all means, Kyle.
How about the 49ers?
Oh,
pretty good. You know, Kyle Shanahan. Joe Brady and the Buffalo Bills. They're pretty solid. They didn't play well this past week, but they're solid. Jacksonville, who's
surprise.
The Rams.
Duval.
Yeah. The Lions.
Yeah.
The Saints.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore.
Okay, Kellen.
Yeah, I see you, Kellen.
Okay, see you, pizza boy.
And then some of the other teams that haven't had as much success but are still traditionally good offenses, the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Falcons, and the Packers. Those are the teams above Dallas in terms of running motion.
Yes.
Pretty solid offenses across the board.
It's good company.
It's a good group.
It helps.
It definitely helps. Certainly does. All right. That's going to do
it
for
Kyle.
us. We're Talking Cowboys. You want to stay for another hour?
More QB vision?
Fan fams.
The fan fams.
Fan fams.
Family. I can't say that. Family.
Family.
We got something different.
Family?
Family?
I'll figure it out. Talking Cowboys Nation?
Fan fam.
All right. For Patrik Walker,
so
Josh Rodriguez, Isaiah Stanback, Chris Beam in the back, I'm Kyle Youmans. We'll see you tomorrow. Cowboys defensive preview and some lab coat from Patrik Walker. We'll see you then.
Duval.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?